Baby doll, you are a blue Mentos packet in the lolly jar. Then when I go to grab you and rip open your packet, I actually realize you are just a yucky Vicks vapor lolly with the same color. Stop making the lollies blue. You tricked me. I'm not sick. Welcome back to you, darling. We are going to look at the continuation of the pump and the dump and the pump and the dump and the pump and the dump of Bitcoin. We have so much juicy news for you to see today. I went and checked all the news. Yeah, give us green candles. When are you going to do this? When are you going to do this? We're just waiting every single day. You know what's exciting, right? This is actually very exciting. The monthly candles every day. I'm like, you know what? I'm enjoying this green. This is what we're here for. This is exactly what we're here for, friends. It's not a dream. It's not a dream. We've actually got green. Isn't this cracker? Isn't this actually cracker, friends? 3 green monthly candles. Now you can see everything I've been talking about. You like, subscribe, belly button, or how many times have I made videos to tell you it's all about the monthly candle? You even feel it. You smell yourself in the mirror, friends. Smell your own chair. I advocate this. You feel a bit confident. Are we in thrill, euphoria, optimism? We don't know. But you're in disbelief, okay? You're feeling like, hey, there's a hope again. We're not going to zero. Why? What's happening? It's the 3rd monthly candle, right? We weren't feeling like this at the end of September. You remember that? It wasn't just one candle. You know, the end of October, it was starting. We're like, oh, this might be it. But now, you know, if November finishes green, totally different world. What's going on in the land of ETH BTC? ETH BTC, this is the monthly charts put on a weekly. ETH BTC still having its poopy 4th quarter, but it seems to be stalling around the zone. Now, what I found fascinating is, friends, there's a lot of people who have no idea what they're doing. They're actually fudding Ethereum right now. Like I've told you, every time before the Bitcoin halving, Ethereum goes down against Bitcoin. Don't worry about the reason why. It just does. What's it doing right now? Going down against Bitcoin. We've got the Bitcoin halving in like 4, 5, 6 months. All right. People are saying, well, Ethereum's got no narrative. Oh my God, the Bitcoin ETF, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares until it's time. This is when you start buying. Now, obviously, don't touch Ethereum because Ethereum's in its 3rd cycle curse and you're going to get pooped on. But for people who are scared of driving a bit too fast or scared of walking outside without an umbrella, yeah, you can buy this and good luck to you because you're just going to get probably just above a 2x compared to Bitcoin. And we're here for a lot more than that. Where would a 2x send us? It's about up here, friends. Around up here, though, people are going to call for the flippening. That's why one of my base cases is we get up here, they go flippening. No, it's a scam. Oh, flippening this time. No, it's actually a scam. And then we might just end up doing this zone here. We just do it again. And then we finally go for the flipping probably towards the end. Why this might happen is there's just too many people talking about it, man. There's just too many people, friends. Too many people. They're going to put it in front of your face. It's going to take a lot more. Also, Ethereum might have a bit of a crisis. You got the layer 2s. You got other chains coming. The game and the world is not working out exactly as it seems. Which means layer 1 chains as public chains, when an application gets big enough, it might just make its own freaking chain. Imagine fake DeFi Uniswap just makes its own fake DeFi chain. You see what I mean? Now you can start to see where people will get bearish on Ethereum in the future. Now we're trying to anticipate this because we don't want to be fudded out of our bags. The most important part is the stinky link. Stinky link, this is Link versus ETH. I only look at Link USD because of you. All right, but I don't want to look at Link USD. I don't care about it. I care about this chart. This is the only chart I care about. If you want me to take risk, if you want me to put my left hand on your right shoulder and call you my friend, then you're going to have to outperform Ethereum. No questions asked. That's it. Non-negotiable. You can't beat ETH, get out. This is a super important part. Where's our target? I don't know. We're just guessing, friends. Just the magical lines, 3, 4, 5x from here. I hope it goes up higher. But you know what I mean? It could repeat ETH BTC. I've drawn this before where it goes, oh no, oh, like that. And then, okay, we'll go up now. It might do that. Or it goes up. You know, ETH BTC went up down for sideways for 2 years and then finally maybe it goes up. Remember, Chainlink is doing something super unique technology. It should flip XRP. So this is the crazy part. Based off where XRP is today, Chainlink should be 3.5 or 4.5x higher. I think 4.5x higher. So Link ETH should be here. That's it. We got to flip XRP. That's why I'm not touching it. Okay, so it should be up there. That's huge, by the way. That is huge if we get up there. So that's my target. Because fundamentally, I mean, come on, man. Friends, I got to tell you, it's not. See, one of my friends thought I was joking. My friend actually thought I was joking. No, it's true. Ripple, their technology, they've admitted it's trash. They're starting to fork Ethereum applications. Ripple, I call them Cripple. They have forked Uniswap V2 for their AMM liquidity. They're probably going to fork Curve and get the other AMM and get the other liquidity functions and stuff later. So that just tells you where all the innovation is, you know. XRP is 36 billion and Chain Stink is 7.2 billion. So, you know, you got about like another 5x to go. And that's quite some while. You know, I want to move on to HEX and PulseChain, PulseX. PulseChain still moving through the zone of non-friendship. We want to get above day one sack. PulseX as well. PulseX is still around 80% down below day one sack. Combined HEX 2.1 cents. Got to remind you, like, friends, a lot of yous, we got to have a talk, man. You guys, look, can HEX do 1000x? Yeah, it can. All right, but then I'll tell you, all right, are we going to $21? Dude, I'm just going to be honest, man. BankX have 735 million HEX, okay? It's 735 million. If you give them $1 EHEX, they have $735 million, all right? HEX, at the top of the bull market, had only 100 million to 150 million liquidity, okay? So, I'm not saying BankX is going to dump at all right? They might. I'm just telling you, when you think of these numbers, we need to see a lot more. We can't just get, okay, let's ride on the coattails of Ethereum again. Because a big bulk of this move, like it's pretty obvious right now. Richard Hart raised HEX ICO in Ethereum. Then, surprise, surprise, Ethereum did a 50x, so we went up. Okay, so that's something to think about. But there's also, look, you want to see the real chart, man? You look at HEX ETH. HEX ETH round tripped, pretty much. Now, this isn't the real one because we started lower, but look at this. Look at this, friends. By the way, yes, HEX ETH did round trip. No, they're not making this up. It literally did pretty much round trip. Wow. So from here, now it actually, this isn't the real price, by the way. You see this line here? That's where the auctions were. That's where the HEX adoption amplifiers were. So it round tripped. So look, another way to look at it is, okay, you give someone 90,000 ETH at $180, it goes to 4K. And then he admitted this to Eric Wall when he was talking on his debate at the end of 2021. He basically admitted, he goes, oh, what if someone raised money in Ethereum and then sold the top and then used that to like boost an ecosystem as like a share buyback? He implied that. So that's basically what he did. Now here's the problem. The problem is we reverted the whole move. You see? So what does that tell you? That tells you most altcoins, my theory was right. They were just riding on the coattails of Ethereum. That's what was happening. So Ethereum was the reason for 2021 pumping. The problem with that is, you say, well, okay, what about number 3? Okay, well, number 3 cycle's cursed. We're going to need another blue chip. Do you have another blue chip? Can Chainlink do it? I don't know. I hope. I'm holding the bag. But a blue chip comes when retailers get their imagination sparked, okay? Can infrastructure become blue chip? I don't know. I don't know. But this chart tells you everything you need to see, okay? This is literally just a full round trip. So, I know even if you remember Richard Hart. Richard did like a postie. So look at this, friends. So from the very, very, very bottom, from the very bottom to EHEX right now, that's a 10x. But if you add up with the EHEX, the PHEX together, you get like a 20x. But that's the very, very bottom. From the adoption amplifier day one, people, you pretty much break even here. So you got the yield interest. All right. So that's the reality of the situation here. Now, you have to interpret it however you want. I have interpreted it my way. And my way is this. My way is, look, I love everyone. And I think we're doing great. But I know the truth. And the truth is, okay, do you want to see where HEX's adoption amplifier was here? There you go. You raised money in your Ethereum ICO. There you go. ETH does a 35x. Good thing. All right. Well, What if ETH from today doesn't do a 35x? What if it goes to 9K, does a 5x? I've already made videos not mentioning HEX at all. And I've told you, well, if Ethereum's going to do 1/5 or 1/10 of what it did before, probably 1/5, right? So instead of like a 50x from the bottom, it's going to do, maybe it does like a 10x-ish. All those altcoins, so you want to know the real numbers, right? So many altcoins in 2021, they did 1x ETH up to 8x ETH. Big. That was big. So mostly 1 to 4x ETH. Don't even worry about that 8x, okay? So that's what they did. Okay, now if Ethereum did a 50x from the low, so most coins did 50x. They're the ones you know about. Like Mana, Sand, Luna. They all have a multiplier on ETH. What happens if we drop Ethereum? Because ETH did 50x. ETH did 50x from the low, okay? What if we drop that? What if ETH only does 10x from low? Thought about that? So that's from 880 bucks down here up to 8,800. You go, well, okay, what's 1 to 4 times that? Well, you'll get 10x to 40x, okay, if that happens. Of course, whenever I say this, I can hear the crowd already. You're wrong! Fraud! Scamster! Yes. You can say all those words. I don't care, all right? Because I know one thing, all right? There are millions of people bag-holding narratives that never played out in 2021, okay? For the first time, for free, my videos are giving you the chance to maybe see the trap forming this time. Appreciations. You're welcome. You're very welcome. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. What did I tell you? It's a game of speculation. It's a game, which means, look, we don't know what it's going to look like at $8,000. How many times have I told you? It all depends where we get Euphoric, doesn't it? That's why I'll bring this Wall Street cheat sheet. All right? It all depends where we get Euphoric. Now, people get upset when I say, you know, what does that mean? That means, you know, Euphoria up here and Thrill. Yes, I want Ethereum to have Euphoria and Thrill at 15,000. I want Chainlink to have Euphoria at 180 bucks. I want HEX, PulseChain, and PulseX to get Euphoria 100x from here. I want HEX to go $2 combined. Yes, I want all of that. I want Euphoria to start there. I do. But I'm also telling you, guess what? 3 out of 3 cycles involve the crowd who thought Euphoria was going to be much higher than what they were looking at. And each cycle, it got less and less. If you are new and watching this, you better learn this the first time. Or I'm talking to a future victim. You're going to end up on Coinfession Direct. This is the first Bitcoin cycle. You see this? Who bought the top here? Richard Hart, DaVinci J15, and many others. Why did they buy the toppy? They thought this thing solved world money. They go, no, it's not gonna move like money. That's what they thought back then. They thought, no, this thing is different because it solved this like the possibilities are endless. It's not gonna go through this speculation thing. That's what people thought. Guess what it did? Minus 94%, bang, 6 months down. Okay, so they got, look, first, it exceeded expectations. Of course, it's a birthing of a generation. You went from 0 to 1. You now exist. So yeah, that exceeded expectations. What happens in the next cycle though? Look at this. Look what it did. Okay, just tell you, okay. Bitcoin in its first cycle did, you know what number this is? This is 29,980x. I just wrote 20,000x just as a normal number, all right? Just round it. 20,000x from the bottom to the top here, all right? Roughly. Look what it did in the next cycle. It went from $2 to $1,270. You know, everybody says, oh, I would have bought and I would have held. Think about this. I'm going to ask you a question, baby dolls. And of course, I'm going to pump some music for you. Be honest with me. Why were people buying $1,000 Bitcoin? Why? You know why. It's because they saw 20,000x in that very first pump. That's why. They saw 20,000x and they said, wait a minute, we did 20,000x before, we should be able to do it again. Right? Did that happen? No. What did we get? I've written the number here. We did a 600x. So what I don't like is when people look at a chart and they disrespect people of the past and they go, well, you're an idiot. You bought the top. You bought the top. Why were you holding the top? You know, friends, no one says, oh, you're stupid for one top. They say you're stupid for holding the bear market. But they don't know. Bitcoin could have stopped here, by the way. It literally could have stopped here. Look at this. It dropped 67%. People sold at the bottoms here, and then it could have just come back down. You don't know what's going to happen. So these people, they bought Bitcoin. $200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. Why? Because it did 20,000x in the first cycle. So what did it do in this cycle? Only 600x from the bottom. Let's continue. This was the 2017 cycle. This was a John McAfee cycle, the Eat My Willie cycle. Rest in peace, John McAfee. Why did Bitcoin have buyers at 3K, 4, 5, 8, 10, 12, 20? Why did it have buyers up here? It's because, you can go back and check, people saw the return of the previous cycle. They saw it was 600x. And what do? They go, well, our bear market low was $160. So this is going to blow your mind. It's about 180 bucks. If you do 600 times 180,000, right? You're gonna flip out here, friends. This is $180 times 600. You get a $108,000 Bitcoin. This should shock you. Why? Because I remember my friend Charlie was at the gym. I was squatting. Charlie came up to me. It was literally December 2017. Bitcoin just tapped 20K. He literally told me, he goes, dude, this thing's going to 100. It was amazing. He, without even knowing charts, had this 100K number in. I went back, go check Reddit. People were talking about $100,000 Bitcoin. Yes, they were. That's why they were buying this all the way up. They're like, oh, I could hit 100 grand, 100 grand. You see what they did? They anchored to the previous cycle. So you didn't get a 600x this time. You only got a 100x. Do you see? You do see that now. All right, walk forward again. What happened in our cycle? We looked at this 100x and we said, all right, I've learned now. You diminish. But I think you're going to diminish. Instead of giving 100x, you're going to give us like a 50x or a 40x. That's what we all thought. Why? Because Bitcoin at $3,200, all right, doing a 50x is 160,000. That was the crowd's expected price zone in 2021. And I was even thinking, you got infinite QE, 0% rates, $16 trillion in negative yielding bonds. You have El Salvador, a country's now adopted it. You have Elon Musk shilling it. Tesla bought it with $1 billion. The world is coming for Bitcoin. Yes. All of these. And guess what? We still couldn't freaking hit the diminished gain target. That's the sad part, friends. Did you know this? This is not new. You know, there are economists, they've written about this. I've even made videos about it where GCR talks about this. Bitcoin was now in its third cycle. This was Bitcoin's third cycle curse. This one. If you came in 2021, you bought into Bitcoin's third cycle and it cursed everyone. Everybody thought 160, 180K was coming. Stop that, 1/3 of that. But now you know why. Why did we only get a 20x? It's because everybody was looking at 100. That's why. You see how the crowd was wrong again? Golly gee, I can't seem to figure it out, friends. They're wrong. They were wrong here. They were wrong here. And they're wrong up here. And then they're going to be wrong up here. Okay, now there's 3 full cycle rotations there. So now I will not say sorry or apologize to anybody who's going to trap you to tell you, golly gee, nah, Roca Negra's ETF that everybody's known about for so long, this is going to be the one where everyone buys trillions of dollars of Bitcoin and sends all of us to the moon. Yes, if only, friends. But you're smarter than that now. You've got a peanut brain. You know that? That's why I love and appreciate you. I'm telling you. I literally just gave you the secret. The secret to speculation and markets is positioning. I've written it here every day. It's the best kept secret ever. And I get to share it here with you. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what I say or what you say or what a founder says. It doesn't matter at all. What matters is what the crowd expects. Now, yes, their expectations can form different from different parts, but there's so many variables that come in. If you can see what their expectations are, you can win. And let me tell you something. You ever notice, friends, 3 out of 3 cycles? Golly G, how come none of these cycles went above everyone's expectations on average? Why? It's because of their positioning. You understand? It's because they bought on green candles. A 30x wasn't enough for them back here. Why? They bought Bitcoin after it broke the high at 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. They bought green candles. So they wanted higher because they're buying green candles. They're buying in the belief, optimism, thrill part. Now you have an edge. You can see this. Now you can see the issue with raising your targets, okay? So, look, I still have a respect for the uncertainty of the game. That's why I don't give this 100% of scamming us. I give it a 70% chance. I want the 30% chance to happen. I'm protecting you and me. I'm saying, hey, if it gets there and all the things are hitting and it's euphoric and we're happy and Jim Cramer's calling and some things are starting happening, some weird, ominous, Ty Lopez comes and makes a coin, this stuff starts happening. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, man. You're going to have to do something. All right, but don't sell everything. Get rid of 5 or 10%. Just do something to protect yourself in case I'm right. So you're better now. You know, after seeing this, you're probably wondering, wait a minute. This is why is the third cycle a curse, friends? It's because the crowd has learned from the first two. This happens, an economist has literally written about this, speculation in markets and stocks and commodities. By the third cycle, the crowd learns how to price itself better. It knows now. We know diminishing gains. We know Metcalfe's law now. We know, okay, there's a number of people in the network. We know Bitcoin and liquidity. People didn't even know what liquidity was back then. People now know, okay, you need like $600 million to move Bitcoin up about 3%. We know this information now. It's so widely spread. It's a proxy to let you know that there's more known things out there now, which means there's less willing buyers at, say, 100K or 200K than would be otherwise. So for this cycle, we kept dividing by 5 in each one. 100x down to 20. I just wrote 5 here. I don't know what we're going to get. I hope we hit 100K. But then you got to ask yourself, and then what? What, you think this is going to be the cycle that everyone refuses to sell? Friends, there are paper hand piece of trash scum everywhere. Do you understand? As long as people get euphoric and take their pants off, those same people are going to be selling unimaginable lows in every single coin you're in. That's just how the game works. The game is transferring from the impatient to the patient. People who are emotional, they are impatient, who act on their emotions all the time. They fight, they give in to temptation. They buy, they don't want to get out. Then they hold on too long, okay? So you want to go believe this other big story? Go do it, man. I don't really care. I'm just telling you, at some point in the future, at least you got a bit smarter and wiser today. Don't forget, we're just peanut brains. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. This was the juiciest crypto news. We're going to make it. Catch you soon.